Hi, my name is Andre Kent Jr., Andre Kent Suffix Jr., and I'm just Andre Kent Jr., and I make a commission and a dividend from sales and from completing my dioramas and completing work for external clients and doing business for other clients to where I can do a project or a program and I get a commission from completion from sales or completion from establishment of anywhere from 5 to 25% of the gross budget of everything they do. You don't create a commission. I get paid a sales commission and a dividend from every time I do something like that, where it's anywhere, depending on how large the project is, from 5 to 25%. I'm invoice E, I'm invoice EE, I'm invoice HH, I'm invoice AA, I'm invoice BB, invoice CC, invoice EE, and invoice FF. That is my personal commission and dividend. No matter how I organize it, no matter how I decide what I decide to do with it, and I pay income taxes of point for state 0.0525% and federal taxes 0.375%. That's how much state and federal taxes that I pay, and then I pay 10% tithes, which is 10% of my income that comes in. So I pay 10% on all of those incomes, and then the amount of money that the companies get is approximately the same because they have different organizational structures, different business models, they have different bank accounts, they have different operating agreement systems, they have different leadership, they have different reasons for being. And when I'm on my professional career side, I'm Dr. Kent. I'm not just AJ. I'm not just little nephew. I'm not just your cuz, little bro, little buddy, this, that, and the other. I'm Dr. Kent in my professional career. On my personal side, I'm still AJ, still Andre Kent Jr., still myself. But on a professional career side, I am Dr. Kent, and you will address me as Dr. Kent, or you'll be dismissed. I'm the sole proprietor of multiple companies. I'm also the chairman and CEO of multiple companies since 2019. My income taxes were filed with the state of North Carolina, and my federal taxes were filed with the Internal Revenue Service. On the state side, in North Carolina, I filed my income taxes with the North Carolina Department of Revenue. I put all that information and sent all that information to the Register of Deeds in Pitt County, North Carolina, with Lisa Nichols, and I've also sent that information, the information that is necessary for the governor, besides him going to those organizations, to Governor Cooper. He is the governor of the state of North Carolina, and I have registered all of my documents in the state of North Carolina as Andre Kent Jr., and I am waiting for payout and waiting for payment. I originally chose Southern Bank to do my transaction, and out of volunteerism and civic service, because I knew they didn't know what they were doing, they were trying to push me into a different bank that could easily handle that, which would mean on entrepreneurship side, if I want to doctorate the business and entrepreneurship, it would be better for me to assist the bank with fixing themselves first than me just going to another bank easily and just saying, well, y'all can't handle it, so I'm just going to go to another bank. It was easier for me to see and make a decision of, let me assist that bank first. And I chose to pay my state taxes through State Employees Credit Union. I chose to pay my federal taxes through Local Government Federal Credit Union, LGFCU. State Employees is State Employees Credit Union, SECU. And I had chosen to pay my income tithes through First Citizens Bank. So that is myself doing that. I'm like I said, I'm invoice E, invoice EE, I am invoice CC, I am invoice FF, invoice EE, invoice HH, invoice AA, invoice BB, and invoice CC on my personal. And then for business purposes, each of my companies are separate, have a different operating agreement, including invoice A, invoice B, invoice C, invoice F, invoice E, invoice H, and I think that's what I registered. And if you want to verify, I also did the Road to Eagle, which is completely different. It's a completely standalone organization. It's a completely standalone platform for We Below Scouts and those Boy Scouts that reach Star Scout and above. All of my companies, you have to be ages 18 and elder to participate at my companies, where their organization is not taking responsibility for things that I'm doing. Well, you have to act as your organization, not as my company. The Road to Eagle, it was for a doctorate of business administration or a master's degree. Why I did it while I was working alongside the universities and colleges. They didn't have to endorse it. They didn't have to sponsor it. If they chose not to give me a degree from that particular college, it just made sure that it was on official record that the level of education and intelligence that it takes to pull off a diorama or dollhouse of that magnitude for multiple other dioramas that I have. And then it allows other colleges and universities to step in where those colleges and universities that were selected choose not to. So they don't endorse any of my projects yet or sponsor them. They have the opportunity to, but they have not yet. But it also opens the doorway for other colleges and universities, and I just wanted to be clear about that. So I acted as if I had a doctorate already, acted as if I had the master's and everything else, despite everybody stalling out this, that, and other. And I have reported all this to the Board of Governors. It's all been reported to the boards of state and community colleges, and it has also been reported to the Register of Deeds in Pitt County, whom is Lisa Nichols. I appreciate you all allowing me to be able to give this update.